Ding.
What did you do?
Ding. I lost them.
He lost my chimes. The Big Daddy chimes are lost in the garage.
They're actually my chimes.
That's
but
right,
yes,
yeah,
we share them.
Yeah.
Yes, I've misplaced the chimes this
But
week.
I get to play with them every
Just
week.
goes to show the kind of weather we're sitting in. It is pouring outside as we're recording this. It has just been absolutely miserable. Typical fall weather, I think, in a long shot anyway. Welcome back, everybody. Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Lee Lake, and Leah Lylewood. And we're enjoying a beautiful, balmy, wet, British kind of day.
Is it Manchester?
We could be in, Lancaster.
Is it, United or City playing tonight?
Yeah, exactly.
Down at
man.
Old Trafford or whatever this is.
Just absolutely miserable weather we've been having. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We another week of our Loosey Goosey show about town, bringing you all kinds of local news and information that's going on in the Halton Hills area. And just miserable out, man. Yeah,
well, it's fall, autumn, and had a great Thanksgiving. Had about 5 different turkey dinners, and Appalachian put on a great.
You even got another one tonight?
Yes, I got another one from Leah. I don't need to be married to have all these women taking care of me. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
We had a great Thanksgiving, and the Appalachian put on a great turkey dinner.
That was a huge meal
for $50.
You showed me. That was huge.
I showed you half of it. We ate half of it, but the turkey was so moist, and the stuffing. I went on their page and said, "Hey, Manny, do it again."
Yeah.
Because that's just, and you know what? Sue usually cooks. She didn't have to cook.
Yeah, that too. No
perfect.
cleanup.
No cleanup.
No crap.
Just throw the stuff in the garbage when you're finished with the trays and stuff. But and then plus you got a apple cherry cobbler too. Oh. But back to reality.
Now you're making me want to eat those.
Yeah.
Today's show once again brought to you by the town of Halton Hills Chamber of Commerce and their Shop Local promotion that they've got going on. Hashtag Shop Local. Use it whenever you're across any of the social media platforms and Shop Local. This is what we've been talking about since the day we started.
Well, how many years ago? 20 years, 15 years ago, anyway.
At least that. I think of when you started HaltonHillsOnline.com, back even before the Moose.
Halton Hills Radio, it was called.
Halton Hills Radio.
Back in the days of Dave Tunney.
You gotta be like 17 years there, buddy.
Yeah.
It's gotta be somewhere around there.
We've got some pictures from the old Bangorama. Remember Bangorama?
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah.
And
Bangorama.
the guy that used to own the cinema. What was his name?
Where the dollar store is now.
Yeah, he had gray hair and used to manage country bands. I can't remember his name now, but what a sweetheart he was to work with. I've been through the stages, and you've been with it, with
Halton
doing the
Hits
same thing as I've been doing for years.
I've just been living it.
Yeah.
So
you're a social media giant. Are you kidding? You run the telecells.
We want to make sure people, especially this time of the year when you're thinking about Christmas shopping and all that stuff that's going to be coming up soon, shop local, people. We've got some great stores around, and even if you can't think of a gift, but you think the store might be really cool, get a gift certificate.
Yeah.
You don't have to go in and pick somebody something. Get them a gift certificate. And like I said, whenever you're doing anything on social media, hashtag Shop Local, and the Chamber of Commerce are doing a wonderful thing this
There's
time
not
of year.
too many things we don't take care of in Halton Hills business-wise. We have
Pretty
carpet
much.
stores, we have restaurants, we have painting companies, we have
siding companies, mechanic shops, Max Tires. You can go into Max Tires and get a gift certificate.
That's right. And shopping local is so very, very important nowadays. And you look at the 2 signs that are outside Acton locations. If you don't shop local, there won't be a local. And you have to remember that. That's take care
Buy
of
local or say goodbye local.
We're all a team here. Just think of us as a hockey team. We're all on the same side.
We're going to be talking about them soon.
Yes, I know. All right, let's get into Max Tires, of course, is a sponsor as always every week. 905-873-9255. That's fading. I'm going to have to rewrite that.
You should just have it memorized.
But I can't do that
I did
anymore.
it by myself memorized.
I can tell you every chart hit Johnny Tillotson had, but I can't remember the phone number.
I can say the same thing about lyrics in my head. It's just.
I guess you should start looking at tires now, and getting your snows
people are
on.
gonna start
Maybe,
looking that
you're getting into October, late October. I've seen it snow on Halloween, and it's not fun driving around when you don't have good tires.
And you want to be safe driving around on Halloween.
And of course, we have licensed mechanics at Max Tires and Auto Repair, and just come on in and call first because they're a busy place, and lowest prices. Now,
Very much so.
the main headlines as of Friday, they're still counting. I'm so sick and tired of telling people
You know what, we
how
should-
many COVIDs we have today.
You know what? Next week we're not going to do it.
Okay, well, there's 14 today. There was 8 yesterday, so we're up a bit. 6 in Milton and Oakville, 2 in Burlington, nothing in Halton Hills. I'm going to start backing off on the numbers because
Yeah.
do we really, unless it's ridiculously,
Getting out of hand.
if
Then
it's going down, fine.
Then it's
or-
breaking news.
Yeah, but it's really, it's sitting there right now, not doing anything. Enhanced COVID-19 certificates can be downloaded, folks. You got to go by your I think it's your birth date. That's right. So like January. So you have to wait over the weekend. Check on Facebook, and we'll tell you all about that. The businesses, they will have the Verify Ontario app, and that's coming this weekend as well. So they'll be available. So you'll be able to.
Passports
Yeah.
are available.
There you go. And the mayor's message, as you were saying, the mayor really keeps in touch with us. And what's the mayor's secretary's name again?
Sherry.
Sherry. And she and Leah have a system, a network where they keep us
Actually,
updated.
there's 2 of them
I
now.
was going to say there was
Sherry
another one there.
and Dahlia.
Yeah.
One or the other, or they both send. When
Basically-
there's things we need to get out.
The
They're on
message.
top of things. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. The message is from the mayor for October. We've got it. You've just posted it, right? So it's up there, and we always do that. We tell you what the mayor's doing and link you up to the town website. The basic message he's giving this month is be kind about all this passport stuff and vaccinations and this and that. Let's be kind. And he also
Let's
talked
just
about.
be kind.
He also talked about
not have a reason.
a lady a student at CTK who went to Camp Molly, and I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but and he also talked about Henry Thomas Shepherd Park on Dayfoot there that was opened up.
That was opened up.
The old
Yeah, we
fire
talked
chief.
about that last week. Yeah.
But check it out, and anything the mayor does, you'll hear about it first on Halton Hills Online.
Before I get into this, I have to mention these are so cool. These hats.
Oh, yes,
So
Haven.
cool.
Haven. He signed them too.
He signed both of our hats.
That's right.
Thank you so much. These are so good, and these are nice hats too.
This weekend we're going to we're going to pay tribute to Haven on the radio, and
Excellent.
then hopefully next week I think we're going to be at a location. next week.
Yeah, we're hoping to be at the Black Rose Guitar House next
Well, we'll
week.
get him in there, and because he's off on Fridays, and I'll scoot him up with me.
Perfect. Yeah,
And
let's get him in.
we'll get the
Absolutely.
Rockstar Haven in here, and you can find him on SoundCloud. We're going to link him up and make him very special this weekend. We're going to start really working with the local musicians. You don't have to be
we
a
always-
rock star,
we always
although
have,
Haven
you know.
is. He's got a big following. He's a
Yeah.
good-looking guy.
Yeah.
And he's got a beautiful girlfriend, and maybe she'll come up too. But yeah, I've known him for years. He helped me with the Haiti thing at the McGibbon years ago.
Excellent.
And so I've known him for a long time. He's a great guy. We'll get him up.
Yeah, definitely. We got to get him hooked up.
Haven.
Because again,
There he is,
you know,
right there.
Check it out right there, Haven. You can check him out on SoundCloud, and you can download his stuff. And hopefully next week we're gonna have him into the studio. So once again, thank you so much for the hats. That was very, very cool. You know,
Very cool.
we love free swag. It's always very, very cool. This story, I want to get this story out of the way because it's a really crappy story in a way, but we still report everything here on Halton Hills Online. And former Georgetown music teacher, and I remember this story, Arthur Dale, who pleaded guilty to sexual assaulting several women in the 70s and 80s. I was surprised and relieved and experienced a feeling of disbelief. A victim, Catherine Breward said about the September 10th guilty plea. I thought he would fight the charges to the bitter end and deny what he had done. I was relieved because it meant that that she would not have to testify, which is always a relief. That is a unbelievably stressful experience.
For a woman, yes, absolutely. For a man as well.
I was in disbelief as a child of the 70s and 80s. I had hoped for accountability and genuinely believed I would get it. Brewer said today, an associate professor of human resource management at the University of Winnipeg, the case against Arthur Dale revolved around allegations made by 4 victims who state incidents went as far back as 1975. With the exception of Catherine, their names have been protection under a publication ban, and understandably so. But so good of her to come out and face it head on.
She's a brave gal.
A brave woman who's done very well with her life. Look what she's doing.
Yeah, she's in Winnipeg now.
It just goes to show people there is a lighter side. There is a lighter side to the story, and this guy.
I think it's closure.
This
for
guy
her.
hopefully gets his up and comings. I guess.
He will.
And I'm glad. Good.
I wasn't around Georgetown then, so I didn't.
I moved here in 70. I think it was 75.
You
I was
were.
born in Georgetown, so.
So you remember the story then? It was a big story around here. I mean, he was a music teacher.
I
so.
was young. I mean, 70s. I mean, I was in high school in '79.
And they talk about 4 victims, and there's got to be more. I hate to say it that way, but unfortunately, some of these people might not be no longer with us, and this guy gets away with it. In my opinion, to me, that it sickens me. It just sickens me.
Yeah, there's we don't like reporting about stories like that, but it's a part of the community and part of the things that we have to report to you because we're basically telling you what's going on locally. This is well, it's a serious story, but it's also it's making you and I smile week by week as we go through this. Repeated thuds of the gavel. I don't have my gavel.
The Halton District's Catholic School Board.
Yes.
Okay, I knew it.
Repeated thuds of the gavel. Many out-of-order calls and appeals of chair decisions that were unsuccessful. The removal of a trustee for flagrantly flouting board etiquette. I wonder what they did. And an agenda left not complete. It marred the regular meeting. Marred the regular meeting. It's become the regular thing lately. It marred the regular meeting of the Halton Catholic District School Board on October the 5th. All we need in there is little Joe Frazier and some Mike Tyson, and we're all set. We need some boxing gloves as well. Trustees at the end of it all approved the name of the board's new virtual school, but not before the first of quite a number of out-of-order rulings by Chair Patrick Murphy, directed at Burlington trustee Vincent Ian Tomasi, most of which were appealed by Burlington trustee Tim O'Brien, and they all failed. What a waste of time. But the gavel thuds could be heard as far north as Halton Hills. There they are, right there.
This coming week, as the stomach turns with the Halton District School Board, the Halton Catholic District School Board.
I'd like to do a show.
I can't believe the stuff that goes on there. Well, I would love to be a fly on the wall. There's got to be video of this somewhere.
They're obviously very animated about what they believe in.
I guess.
They don't agree with each other.
My apologies. I didn't mean to hold.
We're not laughing at. Well, we are.
We are laughing at it. It's gotten stupid out of hand now.
We should sneak somebody in there with a camera and then sell it on YouTube.
God. It's gotten to be just such a. It's like watching one of those reality shows on
Jerry Springer,
A&E or Discovery or something like that. Yeah. Oh my God, this is some kind of cool news. I do like this one. Mind you, our skate parks are really good around here, and the kids use them a ton.
One's great.
They use them a lot. So this is very cool. The town of Halton Hills is looking on feedback on a new improved skate park that'll be coming soon to Georgetown. The town's currently talking with New Line Skate Parks to replace the skate park at Mold Masters at 221 Guelph Street in Georgetown with a brand new community-sized skate park.
Yeah.
Because it fills up real quick. Like there's a lot of kids using it. So as a result, residents are being asked to complete a survey to provide their input on the park's design. This will be the first of 3 parts of the constellation process. Based on initial reaction, New Line Skate Parks will then develop concept designs, and a second meeting will take place later this fall. And they did that with the Acton one. The kids had the input.
Yeah, sure.
on how the skate park was designed. So that is so cool.
Well, I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because Acton is smaller than Georgetown, and they have a beautiful park, or we have a beautiful park here, Three Musketeers.
Yeah. Yeah, great park.
And it's huge. And then
Yeah.
you look at Georgetown's tiny little thing next to the police station there.
Yeah, right up
The
front
kids
of
can't even hang out and really.
right out in front of Moldmaster.
Yeah, and
It
it's
kind of
not a
should
lot
have been
room.
in behind, you know.
Oh, yeah, it's not a lot of room. And that's
No.
where they're going to put it, I think, behind.
In behind.
And behind, I think so. I'm not sure. But, well, where else are they going to put it? I mean, there's no more
Yeah,
room.
there's not a
anywhere
lot
else.
more room, but that's cool.
Um,
And I love that they want, you know, the kids' input with that stuff, you know,
Yeah.
because they're the ones that are going to use it. So I'm curious to see. Maybe we'll even be there for the grand opening.
Have you ever seen the kids at the skate parks and just see what they can do? Like,
Oh my God, yeah.
they spend hours practicing,
Yeah.
and they're flipping in the air, and this. My leg, would be. Can you imagine that? Our
That'd be a
generation would
long
not do that.
A long hospital visit.
Oh, definitely,
Long hospital visit.
definitely, no doubt about it.
All right, to our next
All right.
story.
After a couple of deferrals and a lot of debate about flooding, Halton Hills Council has
Yeah.
given an approval, the thumbs up that will allow for Eden Oak to build its 31 home subdivision in Glen Williams. During its October 4th get-together, Council passed a motion to lift a holding provision from the developer's property at the area of Gamble Street so that the remainder of the required buildings can be given out. Councilors Brian Lewis and Ted Brown both voted against the resolution. A second approval that will allow legal access into the development from Gamble Street was also given, with Lewis opposing that as well. Brian didn't like either of them.
He's
And,
not been liking too much stuff lately. So
No. Well, you know, brown sludge rolling down the hill.
yeah, you know,
Chocolate milk it looked like.
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did. Yeah, it just well, it could look like a few other things I could think of. But we're
Yes,
hang on.
exactly. But you know, I mean, these poor people that own houses at the bottom of the hill there or live into the houses,
Yeah.
they're having to put up with this stuff. And it's good that the
don't
town
envy that.
jumped in and said, "Hey, wait a minute, there's brown stuff sliding down the hill there, buddy. You got to stop."
As they say, bleep rolls downhill.
Yeah, that's
or
right.
In this
That's
case,
right.
it flows downhill.
And but Brian Lewis was opposed to that, and of course so was who else was opposed?
Ted Brown
to it?
was
Ted
it,
Brown.
yeah. Ted, yeah.
I remember
Hey,
him when he was with.
you know, you can't have all council meetings and stuff where everybody goes, yay, yay, yay. You gotta have
that's
some
what
naysayers.
council's for.
That's exactly what it's for. That's what it's built for. Is you want people on both sides that are gonna fight for both sides. So, you know, hey, right
Absolutely.
on, and yeah, it's just that's like you said, that's what you want town council for. And a day like today is a prime example of when mudslides and all this stuff and flooding and whatever's gonna happen. So. You know, if people think the water just goes into the ground and just stays there. No, it can cause some nasty stuff.
It rules the universe. Water.
Along with the Chamber of Commerce and Halton Hills Online, myself, Russ, and Leah with our Loosey Goosey show, the town of Halton Hills is launching 2 new initiatives in celebration of Small Business Week to support new and growing businesses here in the Halton Hills area and to aid in the recovery and resiliency of local small businesses. Taking this opportunity to celebrate the contributions of small businesses that make up our community is so important, said Mayor Rick Bennett. As a member of the Economic Recovery Task Force, I'm happy to support initiatives that help this recovery and resiliency of one of the hardest hit sectors of this pandemic. And he is so right. Small businesses have just been absolutely slammed. I know some that have gone and gotten busier, but for the most part, I think in general, a lot of them have been very affected, you know.
especially the restaurants.
Yeah.
More so than anybody, the restaurants.
And they're still
Still being
And,
affected.
you know, I mean, and we were talking about Manny and the Appalachian and the fine he got last week. With all this new change of heart,
Yeah, that
with
Rob
the
Ford
government,
announced today.
does that mean that Manny doesn't have to pay the fine, or
He better not.
because I'll tell you, walking right into somebody that's working their buns off trying to make a living, it's not easy running a business. You know that. I know that. You know that. We all do it. But when you're trying to move around and you've got your hands tied behind your back and you can't move, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for somebody to come in okay, he has a job to do, this person who is enforcing the regulations or whatever from the government. But give a warning. Don't just say, here's a $750 fine over something stupid like a sign in the window. I can understand, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
Write it
Educate.
down,
Educate.
sign it, agree to it. When I come back in another few days, please fix it.
Sorry, there's no, direct system out there in place because it's so new that somebody trying to go find out that information might struggle to find that information. Well, go out and educate them. Don't just find them.
I don't think that they should.
Especially over that, because
Yeah.
anybody out there now that doesn't know
You know,
the mandate.
You didn't have, because like I said, I watched what they did in there, and they do all the contact tracing. They write everybody's name down and everything, the people that are in there. They're asking for verifications. They're asking for your passports and all that stuff. It's not like they're not doing that stuff. If they weren't doing that stuff, then fine them. But they are doing all those main things. Like you said, you missed a sign on your door. Come on. How cheesy is that?
Okay, I did something wrong. I'm sorry if
Yeah.
it's not. Tell me, but don't give me a $750 fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's
when
over
I'm
the
trying
top.
to make a living
lot of
here.
that stuff going on in COVID with
And,
But
and
again,
Manny's not the
Look at
only
gas
one.
right now.
Yeah.
It happened to restaurants
They're-
across
they're-
Halton Hills.
Everything's going to be a cash grab
Are we
right
gonna
now.
get $2
We have
a
billions
liter
of
still?
dollars to recover over this, and they're going to recover it in any way they possibly can, and that's how I see it. Anybody else can have their opinion, but that's my own personal opinion, is that everywhere we go, you look at gas prices today, insurance rates are going up again, everything's going to go up again. They're blaming it on carbon tax and blah, blah, blah. No, we have billions of dollars to recover from a 2-year COVID nightmare, and we are the ones that are going to pay for it. It isn't going to be anybody else.
All right, let's get on to lighter things here, like good old-fashioned hockey, my son.
Hacky.
Old-time hockey.
Some hockey.
Eddie Shore.
You're really dating
Kids are
yourself.
going, who the hell is Eddie,
Eddie
Shore?
Shore.
The Georgetown Raiders defeated the Pickering Panthers 5-3 on Saturday
Great
night at
start
the
to the season.
Mold Masters Sportsplex. Goals from Brandon Kakai, Andrew Della Revere, Eric Bertelson, Chris Ishmael, and that's hard to say,
Ishmael.
and Logan Hero. And with goals from Brandon, Chris, and Eric Russell, the Raiders also defeated the Milton Menace 3-1 at Mold Masters on Wednesday evening to move into an undefeated 4-0 record to start the season in the HHOL, and they are atop the Western Division standings,
I was
buddy.
going to say they're undefeated at this
They're
point.
4-0, and guess who's coming to town on Saturday night? The team that's tied with us. Or now they're up there with us, the Oakville Blades.
Oh yeah,
Now this is the first real
yeah.
test.
They've
we're
got
gonna
some
have.
great players on the Blades too.
Yeah, and
They-
Burlington's good this year too.
You want some good hockey to go see? Go to the Raiders games, man. I tell you.
We got our own hockey here.
Yeah,
People,
it's-
let's start filling up the stands, and supporting our guys. You know what I'm doing? We're I can't remember the name of the company that records the Raiders games on YouTube, but we're linking it up as soon as it's available.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is I'm recording little bits of, when the announcer when they score.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to piece that together, and I'm going to put Eye of the Tiger underneath it, and I'm going to send it to the Raiders and say, here, this will get the boys going in the locker room.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
know? But we got to find a good music bed behind. What do you think? Eye of the Tiger?
I think that
maybe?
could work actually. Yeah, very much so. It's a good choice.
We're, all three of us are big Raiders fans, as we all are in this area. What's your OHL team, by the way? You have to have one.
What?
The Guelph Storm, or who's your favorite OHL team?
Oh God.
You
yeah,
don't have one.
I'd actually have to say Guelph. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Guelph fan. What
I was
about
a
you?
London,
Don't care.
I was a London Knights guy
Oh,
for
maybe
years.
you do.
I used to go watch the Raiders with my dad as a little girl.
Remember when they used to be lined up around the corner on the
Oh,
old
yeah.
arena there?
Oh, yeah.
And especially when Milton came to town. You know what I mean?
I used to be a London Knights guy for a long, long time.
London Knights. Yeah.
And then when I moved back here after 15, 20 years, I started going to Guelph Storm games.
Yeah, but
And I just got hooked.
well,
It was just,
Bruce Barker, who's our buddy.
exactly.
Barks.
And even our buddy Dave Curry, he did some voice work with him
Yep.
too, and I went to a few games with him, and I got hooked.
Yeah.
It was just, and it was so
Our-
nice and close too.
Our pals,
and the
our
Sleeman beer.
our radio pals all work in Guelph.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them do. Mike Devine does the morning
Yeah.
show on CJOY, and
Thanks for the liners, Mike.
Yeah, and we have Barks, who's a radio legend, of course. And and he does all the Storm games.
Him
But of
and
course,
I,
he's
him
a
and
big
I,
MCA guy.
him and I and
MC
you
guy.
got to go down to Johnny's Hamburgers in Toronto.
We got to.
We got to go to Johnny's.
Can you imagine how
Oh,
many
I miss
people
it so much.
would come us and watch us eat a cheeseburger, me and Barks,
Oh.
side by side? Here's the two big guys going at it, buddy. I love them. I love Barks.
There's a TV show right there.
All right. So,
All right, some other news. Next week, Halton Public Hills Library is celebrating Library Week, and it runs from October 17th to the 23rd. And by looking into something new and discovering the vital role that libraries do create in this community. And the Acton Library, like I said, actually even at both of them, they're gorgeous libraries.
oh, they are.
The one card, 1 million possibilities theme includes all that your library has to offer. This week is dedicated to bringing up awareness of the valuable role libraries play in the lives of Ontarians. Public libraries are committed to literacy and lifelong learning, lowering barriers, and providing safe and inclusive spaces and offering a number of opportunities for creative expression. In honor of this week, your local libraries included in these programs and services are for the community, and I think that's wonderful.
The the local Halton Hills Library are very interactive on the events and information page.
Yeah, they are,
And
actually. Yeah.
if you ever want to know what's going on, that's Leah's little corner of the world. Halton Hills Online Events
One
and
of them.
Information. That's where we put all of the community stuff in there. We put the news and stuff up there too, but we don't clutter it with other stuff like.
I actually
you know,
like that page for that.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it's a
just
community
good.
page. It's
That's
basically
information.
Yeah.
events and information,
It's a
and
factual page.
yeah, and with the library, and of course, so many different, like the town. They put stuff up there.
And the library's a great place too, like I say, for those people that are retired. I don't want to say seniors, but those people that are retired and they just want to get out for a little bit. You can go, you can use the computers, you got all kinds of newspapers, you got just all kinds of cool stuff there. So it's a great place. And like I said, the work they've done in both of them, they're beautiful buildings too. You know, lots of cool stuff in there, lots of cool art, local art as well.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, we've got so many, and the utility boxes. Chris Golden painted one.
Oh, those.
They're all beautiful.
Aren't they cool?
Absolutely
Chris's
gorgeous.
Theme, I think, is what
Yeah.
did it for
Isn't
me.
he? Chris is so talented.
That's-
I didn't know he was an artist that painted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
God. What doesn't the guy do?
Yeah.
Great
Oh,
But
job.
yeah.
all the
was
boxes
amazing.
around town, and it was so cool.
What a
'cause some
great
of the-
idea.
Some of the kids have been doing selfies in front of them and stuff. So,
Awesome.
Well, especially the one that Chris did because of
yeah.
what it stands for.
Do you remember
Right,
when
absolutely.
somebody painted the side of Troy's variety up on by Carruthers Road?
Yeah,
there?
I remember
And they
that.
took it down because some arsehole complained about it. And it was a local artist, and it was beautiful.
it was a
very
beautiful mural,
contemporary
right on the side
mural.
of Choice.
Yeah, it looked like the downtown
Oh,
ones.
It was there for quite a while.
It was there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they took it down.
They
and
took
we
it
were
down.
Why
Well, a
would
couple
you
of
do
kids
that?
also came up and did some stupid dumbass graffiti on it too, as well. You know, like come on, it was a beautiful piece of art.
Well, they did do that at the Legion too, which pissed me off.
Yeah.
With when they drew graffiti all over that beautiful mural
I've Sunder.
at the
Closed
Sunday.
for tornadoes.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting rain out
Late
here.
season tornadoes in Niagara. Not
Yeah.
here, but Niagara region. They're
We got candy.
Yeah.
We're good in the bunker.
yeah.
That's right. And we got our Haven hats signed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a quick message about curling. This is a message they've sent us. Curling Ontario is running a province-wide monthly 50-50 draw, and to participate and support Acton's youth curling. So we've got you linked up there on Facebook. And
And
I'll
it's
tell
so
you,
funny because I know a lot of people that have lived here for quite some time. They didn't grow up here, but they've lived here for quite some time. And they always ask me what that building is.
Yeah.
What's that building? I'm like, that's a curling club. Really? Yeah. It's a curling club.
have you ever seen the seniors downtown lawn bowling?
Yeah.
It's a treat.
Oh, I used to live around the corner.
It's
up the
beautiful.
street,
I love
so
that.
I used to live
yeah.
on Market. So
You know
we
what?
used to
I
see a
went
lot
by
of it.
on a Saturday morning and there were a bunch of, I don't want to say kids there, mid-teens with a bunch of their grandparents all playing.
Awesome.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
And because I hadn't seen anything going on there for quite some time.
Lawn bowling is very precise. You have to know what you're
Oh,
doing.
God,
It's a
yeah.
sport.
It's
You know?
it's the lawn style of shuffleboard.
And it's where that phrase came from. Get off my lawn!
gotta wave the fist when you do it.
Or yell at a cloud.
Yeah,
Like
yell at
Grandpa
the cloud.
Simpson.
Move, cloud.
Listen, we've got a lot of hits. We've gotten the thousands on our stuff, but we've never really reached 9.5 thousand. 9.5
We have,
K.
but not very often.
But my buddy, ace reporter Kyle Garbett, you know Kyle, and we took a picture when we were on the 32nd Side Road, driving across this, because, and I'll get to how we don't have a life later. You know what I'm talking about there. But we were driving along the 32nd Side Road, and I said to my buddy Kyle, I said, did you see that sign back there? And he said, no. I said, let's go back and have a look. I said, it's spelt wrong. And if you go up the 32nd Side Road, and you're going fourth line, where fourth line meets the 32nd Side Road,
Well, they do this.
which is the sorry. Haven't got my gavel, sorry. But the north side, the Wellington Erin side, is spelled F-O-R-T-H,
I know, like,
which is a wonderful river in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Yeah.
But
Maybe that's why they did it.
I don't know. Is this
it
now? We were
a
too
tribute?
lazy. We could have driven up to 50 Side Road to see if it was the same up there, but we were too lazy and we
Yeah.
didn't do it. So we
I
took
guess
a
the car
picture of
really,
it,
buddy.
and Kyle said, "Let's put it up on Halton Hills Online." I said, "Great."
Okay. So why don't we put it out? Next time somebody's out that way, let us know.
Yeah, when you're up at 50 Side Road and Fourth Line, or I'll
Or
go up
Peacock
there
Side
next
Road,
week,
as a lot of
right?
us know it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, Peacock Side Road. But we didn't. But maybe that's the way they spell it up there. And according to a few people online who checked the maps, it is spelled that way. So it's
Fortieth.
interesting.
Fortieth.
Fourth.
Fortieth.
Yes.
I think
May the
it is.
fourth
Fortieth.
be with you. Yes.
But just the reaction you had, like you say, you had online is just absolutely priceless.
Yeah, what was
man.
it? Sunny Sunshine is her name online, and she says,
Bliss.
Sunshine Bliss, and she says, get a life. She's finally found it out that Kyle and I don't have a life, and we just hang out on the 32nd Side Road.
And look for spelling mistakes.
And that wasn't a very sunny comment. You really upset me. Anyway.
All right, we have some more interesting news from the Halton Catholic District School Board. Disheartened but not about to give up their cause, students carry on with pressure directed at the Halton Catholic District School Board to allow non-Catholics to sit as student trustees. And I see she went behind the camera to maybe mute me because I might be going off on a tangent here.
Gotta watch this.
Bleep,
Bleep, bleep. Once again, the board, denominational rights are one thing, which is the right for Catholic schools to decide on their management runs and who they hire, mentioned Ragad Bracat, who is a student at Milton St. Francis Xavier School, who delegated before the board once again on October 5th. Ragad and a variety of students across the area were disappointed in the board's response to previous delegations and a promise to review the policy. This board is just having a lot of conflict with opinion.
I wouldn't want to sit on it.
No,
Would you?
I no,
Oh.
no,
Too
no,
many
no,
disagreements.
no. So many disagreements on what's going on, and I think because there's so much diversity going on in our society today that they haven't caught up. They just haven't caught up to what's going on in diversity. Whether you're talking ethnic diversity, religious diversity, social economic diversity, there's just political diversity. There's so much variable going on that you just kind of sit back and you go, the board obviously needs to look at what's going on as a whole, not just as individuals, but as a whole.
Well, I hope they sort all this garbage
Yeah.
out. because
Well, I
it's-
do and I
it's
don't
not
because
funny,
it's
really.
quite entertaining for us at some
Well,
point.
yeah, we make light of it. But it's really
But
not funny.
it's really not funny. You're talking about a massive school board, and when you just not even just the Halton one. I'm sure this has been a problem throughout other Catholic district school boards because of the diversity factor that Canada's going through. It's unfortunate. So
All right, if you're
good
wondering,
luck with that.
the town of Halton Hills has been busy planting in Cedarvale over the last little while. The whole thing is relating to fish, apparently. The town has replaced the mown manicured grass that ran along the bank of the Silver Creek in shrubs and trees. And what's the reason for all this? The town began working on an extension of its Hungry Hollow Trail network through the Cedarvale Park area,
Right, yeah.
which is a great place to go for a walk. In 2012, it was informed of the presence of red-side dace, which is a silvery minnow with red or orange stripes along its sides
Cute.
in the
Little
creek.
ones.
And the minnow is about 3 to 5 inches in length, is actually an endangered species
Oh, wow.
in Ontario. And these
Okay.
steps that the town are making are, I'm not going to go into detail because we'd be here till midnight, but they're making alterations in the land around where these
okay.
the river is and
That's
the
cool.
creek and then whatever. And but Cedarvale Park, you know, you got little creeks running through there. And we want to protect these fish. So if you're
Oh,
wondering
yeah.
why there's strange little holes in the grass,
You gotta, when it
why.
comes to our environment, that's the one thing I'm a big, yeah, I agree.
Is there still crayfish in that? I used to collect them when I was really young.
I don't
Yeah.
think, oh yeah?
You think so? I think so.
I mean, I was
I
really young.
want to remind people we still have stupid construction going on Queen Street that should have been done a month ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah, it is not done. Well, it's been done like 3 times in the last 10 years, but it just never seems to end on Queen Street. But it's still not done. So, you know, traffic flow is going to be a challenge. The other one that's going to be a real challenge is 22nd Side Road through Limehouse and going from 4th Line to Regional Road 25. They've just torn it right up.
Have they?
It's torn right up.
I mean, 4th line between, 22nd between, what? 20?
4th and 25.
When did they do that?
Oh, 2 days ago.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
dude, it's gone. It's like ripped right up.
Well, they better watch for the turkey vultures,
Like-
those construction workers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, they can get awful upset.
Yeah, it's,
Don't mess with their stuff.
And even through Limehouse, they've ripped it right up as well.
Yeah, they paved that area in Limehouse there by
Yeah.
6th line now. It's nice and flat.
Yeah, but when you get to over the railway bridge,
Well, we're
from
just
there
carrying
to 4th Line, it's just again a nightmare. Also, want to remind people this is very, very cool. I'm so glad Alex has decided to do this. Alex Hilson from the Acton BIA is going to carry on its success. They've decided to move the farmers market indoors
Good.
to the Acton Town Hall Center. Their first market will be Tuesday, October 19th from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. It'll be a bit different, but it'll still be fun. Please come check it out, and let's keep the farmers market going. So that is so awesome. I love to hear that.
I think Georgetown
and
should
you
do
know
that.
what? Yeah, we might even, you know, if we can schedule it Thursday, maybe we can do a show right from there. It would
Sure.
be actually very, very cool. That would.
Wouldn't it?
It'd be nice if Georgetown would as well. I thought that when I posted all that up.
Yeah, we'll
It's
put-
like, now, what about Georgetown? How
Yeah.
come we can support our farmers?
Georgetown's so much bigger, though. You know, the Acton one's that much smaller that you could probably get away with it. And now they have the new youth center opened up at the town hall building at 20 Willow, and it's a beautiful facility they built there. So if you get a chance to check it out, it's a great youth center, and it can help some of the kids maybe with some of the mental health issues and stuff going on in the area. So
We better wrap it up. I guess
yeah,
we're done, aren't we?
we've
Well,
had a full show today, my friend.
we're brought to you by Max Tires, 905-873-9255. You should start getting thoughts in your head of putting your winter tires on.
But even
because
if you
it's
need some
getting-
brake work done,
Yeah, well, if you need any work done, Smudge is right there, and Jamie and the gang.
he'll leave his mark
And
on your car.
Jar and the whole crew down there will take care of you. And Rob, who runs around doing this and that and this and that, and the guy never stops. The owner of Fred's and Easy
Yeah.
and Max.
Fred Stone.
It's yes. Don't forget when these guys are on the side of the road,
Especially in this
and
weather.
they're looking for drivers. By the way,
Yeah, they are
it's a
actually still.
challenging job, and you know, I mean, you're
You
going
like
to be
to
out
work
there.
physically, and
I'll tell you, you'll be out in the middle of the action. A
Yeah.
lot of drama, a lot of stuff, and you have to, be very professional. But yeah, they're looking for drivers. So, and we're brought to you, of course, by the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, Chamber of Commerce promoting their Shop Local program going on, especially like you say, you know, Christmas is not really that far away and you're looking to do some shopping. Let's keep it in town. Let's keep it to our stores. And like I said, maybe a restaurant gift certificate. Go into a store, buy a gift certificate instead of just a gift that somebody might re-gift down the road.
Shop local.
But shop local. When you're using social media, please hashtag shop local as well. Let's just keep it up. But we've been promoting it for years here on the station. So once again, we want to thank our good friend
Haven. Who is on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
and
we're going to be
link
promoting
him
him this weekend.
and playing them between 6 and 7 Saturday night. GTA and 108 will be going all national radio in a few days. When it's a lot of work getting it up, but we're Mike Devine. Mike Devine, thank you very much for the radio GTA image liners. Love it.
Baby.
All right, man.
Sunday.
That's right. Community. I did the Dragway Park Cayuga years ago. You know that, eh? Dragway Park Cayuga. I can still do it.
He's surprised.
That's right. I just surprised myself. See, now you know who I am. Oh, where's that voice from? Community is driven by community. You navigate and we will
Drive.
I got that right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have yourselves a great week. Next week, we're going to be live from the Black Rose Guitar Shop, or Guitar House, in downtown Acton. So check us out. Have a great weekend, everybody, and be safe out there.
I hit him on the head because he stole my chimes and hid them away. Haven.